Tessa Tamplin makes her return to the Hunter as appearance record holder Cass Davis captains the side. Second season at the helm for Gareth McPherson, and a big one for him as he looks to improve on an up and down 2021-22 season. Holly Palmer takes the place of Matilda Katrina Gorry, who's taken time off to recharge the batteries. And as always, Ish Norrie wears the armband for Gareth McPherson's side. As for Newcastle, former Roar players Cannon Clough and Georgie Worth make their Jets debuts after switching sides in the off-season. Joining Cannon Clough in the American contingent are Emily Garnier, Murphy Agnew and Sarah Griffith, who make their A-League debuts this afternoon. The Liberty A-League Women's is back. Sian Fryer on the left-hand side, getting involved early, now in her second stint with the Brisbane Roar. Campbell Johnson here in commentary, now on 10 plate and Paramount Plus. Elsewhere, we welcome the 11th team to the league, Western United. We'll be welcoming another in Central Coast Mariners' next campaign. Annie Haffenden on the right-hand side of the back four. A central pairing of Kaiser Lind, the Swedish defender, and Jamila Rankin, the Matilda. Back four that's never played together. The Jets with 7 new players in the starting lineup, or 7 players that weren't at the club last year. Shay Connors trying to deliver, but shut down well by her compatriot and former Lions FC and Brisbane Roar teammate, very good friends, Cannon Clough. I know those two excited to play up against each other in this game. It'll be an interesting matchup to watch. A windy day at Perry Park as well, it must be said. 4 Americans in the starting lineup for Ash Wilson. 4 new players as well, I might add. Rankin to deliver. Falls on the edge of the box now. Newcastle able to clear. Ish Norrie over the top and in behind, but Georgie Worth able to claim against her former side. Spent a long time at the club. Mariel Hecker, the Brazilian, teeing up Sian Fryer. Locked well, still alive for the Roar. Dominating in these opening exchanges. Annie Haffenden delivering now, deep for Georgie Worth. Annie Haffenden primarily playing in a central pairing with Jessie Rashart, who's on the bench today for the Brisbane Roar. She's joined by Bella Shuttleworth, who had a fantastic end of the year. Started 4 games at the back of the year after the Roar had injuries to Georgie Worth, and now Newcastle Jets keeper. And Mia Bailey. Bella Shuttleworth came into the starting 11 at the back end of the year and really shone. 2 clean sheets, 10 points from those 4 games. A real uptick in form at the back end of last year. One that the Roar will be hoping to capitalise on. Bella Shuttleworth won't be a part of that, at least in the initial stages. As now it breaks for Shay Connors, striking just going wide. But a good opportunity early on for the Brisbane Roar. Fell to them nicely. As we have a look back, they tried to clear it through Murphy Agnew and just couldn't manage to do so. Griffith winning it back. Norrie giving away the foul. It didn't look pretty, but Sarah Griffith back up and on her feet. You see here Kaiser Lind just playing it in for Norrie. Her first touch lets her down, going for the ball but collects Sarah Griffith in the wake of the challenge. Murphy Agnew, the American, standing over it. I'm sure she'll be wanting to take. Won't be short of suitors. A four-person wall. Striking, just pushed over by Hensley Handcuff. Called to action, and Newcastle's best opportunity of the game from the dead ball. They'll get another set piece here. And the same culprit stepping up to take it. Their third of the game. Agnew into the mixer now, bumbling around, has to be cleared by the Roar, and is. It just fell down in the box, but no one to pounce for the Jets. They have another look back at that free kick. Obviously, they haven't won an opening round game since 2017-18 when they defeated the Wanderers. But Griffith now. Griffith unable to find a teammate. Norrie clearing now for the Roar. It's been 1,847 days since Newcastle got an opening day win, and Griffith just goes wide. And a golden opportunity for the women in white and gold. The American almost putting it away there for Newcastle. And switching off were the Jets. Potential foul there. Connors does well. Evades two. One-on-one. Teeing it up. Hecker just going wide. Crummer. They open it. The first goal of the season for the Brisbane Roar goes to the Matilda, Larissa Crummer. Asleep at the wheel were Newcastle Jets. Defence all at sea, and the Brisbane Roar able to pounce. Shay Connors just tees it up here, and Mariel Hecker does the same, unselfish. And Shay Connors, a delayed reaction on the floor. And we see here, Connors just going around Tegan Allen, cuts it inside, and the Brazilian able to feed it through. And Larissa Crummer, muted celebration against her former side. Rankin switches now for Haffenden. Connors, marked by Clough. Connors does well, delivering now, and put away in her return to the Brisbane Roar. Sian Fryer able to punish the Jets and make it 3 before half-time in what could be a tough day in the office for Ash Wilson's side. This is great from Shay Connors. Turns Cannon Clough, and at the near post, Sian Fryer able to turn it home and make it 3 for the home side. They only got 1 home win last year. They could be on their way to levelling that in the opening game. Hecker unable to find a teammate. Beautiful turn there from Emily Garnier. Haffenden did well, but still the Jets moving forward. Griffith opening up the angle, striking, palmed onto the bar from Handcuff. And offside is the call. Came in at a rate of knots for Handcuff, and she does so well just to push it onto the bar. And the look of relief on the shot stopper's face. Griffith has just been tempting to do this all game long, and if it's either side of Hensley Handcuff, well then the Jets are back in it. 11. Great turn there. Great composure on the player on debut. Fryer, body check there from Hecker, and foul, rightly so. The foul given to the Jets. Lovely touch there. Strike now. Held well. And a good bit of play from Newcastle. It is half-time in the opening game of the season between the Brisbane Roar and Newcastle Jets. The score at half-time, Brisbane Roar 3, Newcastle 0. Campbell Johnson here in commentary. Kate Jakovic leading the officiating team on the ground as we are underway in this round 1 Liberty A-League clash between Brisbane Roar and Newcastle Jets as Brisbane lead heading into this second half. Plenty still to do. Last season they lost a third of the games where they scored first, so it's still not over for Newcastle. Their only wins last season did come against the Wellington Phoenix. A tough year for them. It's a new era in Australian women's football, however. Extended season, 11 teams, 18 games, 20 rounds. So much opportunity, and what perfect timing with a home Women's World Cup just around the corner. The Roar fans in voice early in this second half. Campbell Johnson here on template and Paramount Plus. Sian Fryer scored in her return to Brisbane. Fryer striking and just going wide. What a dream return to the orange for Sian Fryer. Her hair has come loose and has to fix it, however. 11. Fryer gets around Allen. Tamplin still to get by. And the foul given away by Lauren Allen. Perhaps for a left footer into Mar 11. Palmer delivering now all the way through. Just a little bit too full there from Holly Palmer. Davis down the line into the path of Tessa Tamplin, does well. Brodigan gives back for the former Servette. Wing back, great ball in behind now for the Roar. Shay Connors straight into the arms of Georgie Worth. Had to do better there, the American. It was a brilliant ball played in behind. Leading up to it was the tale of Shay Connors' season last year in the A-League Women's. Allen, won by the Roar. Cleared once again by Tegan Allen. A 41-time Matilda. Able to exit for the Jets. And a great pickup, adding experience to this side. Over 100 A-League women's appearances. Now, Brodigan, saved by handcuff, dives back on top. And the best chance of the half for the Jets. Denied by Hensley Handcuff. Great distribution out of the hands. Fryer. And a 6'3" keeper outstretched on that occasion. Tamplin, big challenge from Rankin. Has to be careful, already on a yellow card. Norrie. Rankin. Fryer. Left-hand side on the Brisbane Roar. Has been strong today. Fairly inexperienced, but it's standing up to the challenge. And Griffith unable to chase that one down. Looking a little bit frustrated, understandably. As we have a look back here, Brodigan just able to get a touch and turn at goal side, but unable to turn it in. It's great work from Sarah Griffith, who's been fantastic all game long, as we were just discussing. Tara Andrews and Adriana Konjarski on. Formerly Adriana Jones, the daughter of former NSL and former Newcastle Jets head coach Mark Jones. Played over 200 games in the NSL. He's coached extensively in the A-Leagues and beyond. Can she make an impact after dominating in the Northern New South Wales NPL? Scored 33 goals in 15 games this season for Warners Bay. She's now in her third stint with Newcastle. Can she get the Jets back in the game? She scored 9 goals for Adelaide United in 2016-17. A great haul for her. Cass Davis forcing the issue for Newcastle. Konjarski out wide now. Strike from Newcastle. Held by handcuff. Can Newcastle work their way back into this one? Can they forge a comeback? Connors still keeping it in play, does really well, does Shay Connors. Looking to deliver now, just got the touch. Muddled up in her feet. We'll have a look at the strike again. Murphy Agnew driving it into the American shot stopper's hands. Connors up against Cass Davis. The experienced midfielder wins out. And the ball in now. Konjarski going around handcuff. Has to be a foul. Will it be more for Hensley handcuff? A one-on-one and an instant impact from Adriana Konjarski. Interesting to see which way that goes. Looks to be a yellow. It's a great ball in behind, a great run as well. And I'll say Hensley handcuff's lucky if she's not sent off here. One-on-one here. No ball whatsoever. Very, very lucky, but it is a penalty. And the opportunity for Newcastle to get back in this game. Murphy Agnew, the American, standing over it. A chance to halve the deficit. American on American. Agnew buries it for Newcastle. Is the comeback on? Murphy Agnew, the foul given away by handcuff, and Brisbane punished. They lost late here on the opening day of the season last year against Perth. And that could be the catalyst for Newcastle. Handcuff going the wrong way. Well struck by Murphy Agnew. And the former Harvard player buries it. Kaya Stevenson has been such an exciting player in the Queensland NPL for quite a few years now. She's in her second stint with the club after previously being a scholarship player with the side. Has been a NPL Young Player of the Year, FQPL Young Player of the Year. Has been, within Queensland football circles, a very exciting player, held in high regard by Gareth McPherson as well. Has big plans for her this season, but now Newcastle, opportunity for Konjarski, just running through. Still the opportunity. Agnew blocked by Fryer. And Newcastle have the belief. Agnew, deep delivery, headed down, handcuff saving, makes its way in. Not enough on it. And what's the decision? We saw a corner disallowed in the first half and Konjarski writhing in pain. Is it an equaliser for Newcastle? Konjarski just coming on. You hope she's okay, but header one by Garnier. Confirmed disallowed goal there, adding insult to literal injury for Konjarski. We hope she's okay. And in pain as well. Could have been an equaliser. Kaya Stevenson found by Sophie Stapleford. Just what the Roar want. There were 5 minutes added on. Just a minute to go. As we have a look back at it here. Kaya Stevenson. Sophie Stapleford just coming in behind and fouling. The Jets running out of time. And they'll have to head back to Newcastle. Without the win as it stands, there's still a little bit of time if they need. If they can manage. Tuxty. And that is full time here at Perry Park. Brisbane Roar able to get an opening day win, and Newcastle Jets extend their record of no opening day win since 2017-18 season, as the Brisbane Roar come out victors 2-1.